Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another First and Last. And also welcome to Season 15 of this podcast. So we're coming on, I think we're nearing supernatural levels of seasons.
Ooh.
So we're doing great. With me this week, well, I'm Josh. And with me this week, I've got Jimmy.
What is up?
Yo, boy.
And to hell with Joe.
Literally, he's dead.
He died. It's spooky month, and we're pretty sure he was murdered. Horrifically.
By a ghoul.
One can only hope. So, yeah, starting off the season right with no points for Joe.
Yeah.
Which is what you want.
That's right. Well, at least I got a chance to try to come back a little bit. You know, you're rolling off a championship season 14.
Yeah.
Which congratulations. Fuck you.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah, I know you will. But I want my title back. I want the first and last championship belt back.
Okay. Well,
that's what I'll have to do. If I create a first and last championship belt,
then we'll all try a lot harder.
Well, then no one will ever quit this podcast because it'll be like, if you're not the one that won the last time, you'll be like, well, we got to go again. We got to do it one more time.
Now I want this to be a thing.
I know, right?
I know they make them.
How much is it to get a first and last championship belt? Man?
I'm gonna do some looking during this podcast, and I'm even more like nervous about my pick because I feel like because I'm on show tonight.
Yeah,
I should say, because I feel like there's a good chance that you've seen at least some of it, and I have not, and I know nothing about it.
Oh, interesting.
Except for like what just the like thumbnail. But yeah.
Okay.
Do I need a quick change?
Well,
so you don't get any points?
I mean, maybe you do. Well, you haven't announced it yet, so you have time. But since it's mid-October, well, it's the beginning. We're in the first third of October currently.
Yeah.
Have you been spookying it up?
I've been doing some spooks. I started, and maybe I feel like you said this at one point, and it piqued my interest. Did you watch the Alien movies, or like did you start that?
I watched Alien 2, Aliens, the second Alien, with with our friend Jake, friend of the show, and. Because he had never seen it before, which I was like,
insane.
I was like, you're almost 40 and you've never seen Aliens? It's crazy.
That's unfortunate.
So we watched that, and that's the one where she like saves the little girl Newt, and like her, Newt, and Corporal Hicks all get away. Like everyone else dies and they get away. And then I think this is when we talked about it, because I was like, I had to start watching number 3.
Sure.
Because I was like, because like these people aren't in 3.
Right.
And it's messed up.
It's like just Ripley that's in 3, right?
Yeah.
Of those people?
Yeah, of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember, so I feel like
3's messed up.
I feel like 3 gets shit on a little bit for like not being good or something, but 3 has like one of my favorite alien kills of any movie, and because they're like in a mining community, they're in like a prison, but they like mine or do some like factory machinery something.
Yeah.
And
they're put to work.
So like I guess I just spoiled some of Aliens, so now I'm gonna spoil Alien 3 a little bit.
Yeah.
But they like pour like molten lava or something, or no, like lead. I think my brain has always thought it's lead, so I hope they say that in the movie, but I'm not sure. They put like lead on like an alien that's like running at them.
Nice.
And it like hardens up and it like blows up or something like that. And I don't know why like 12-year-old me saw that and I was like, that's fucking awesome.
You just got a special place in your heart.
Yeah. And then I walked home like a couple blocks from my friend's house when I wasn't supposed to be watching that movie, and I was scared as shit.
Nice. So I found some list online of like the supposed chronological order of the Alien movies, even though like including the Alien versus Predator movies,
Nice.
which like those movies and even like some of the later
There's only
titles.
one AVP movie, isn't
There's two.
there? There's two?
There's two.
Oh, shit.
They're both terrible, but super fun.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
And they, well, and it, I mean, the CGI / practical effects don't hold up at all, but it's super fun. They're fun Halloween movies, I will say that.
Yeah, yeah.
But because there's some gore, which I'd never seen them, and I just assumed it's just these aliens just bashing the shit out of each other for 90 minutes. It's not that at all. There's a lot of humans involved.
Way too many humans being involved.
And getting just destroyed. And the first one is like an expedition, a la like some of the other Alien movies where they're like, oh, we're trying to, whatever. But
yeah,
then,
I've seen the first one, but now that you say there's two, I have no idea
the
what
second one is more just like a campy Halloween movie.
Oh. Like everyone goes to Camp Crystal Lake
it's
and
just
they get murdered by the Predator.
It's just some like rural town that that with their rural town problems.
But now they have aliens and predators.
And this predator is hunting aliens like through their town. It's outrageous. But yeah, a lot of the like lore, like nothing seems like it's canon in any of these Alien movies. They're throwing out stuff left and right. Because then there's the prequels that I started watching with like
Prometheus
Fassbender.
Yeah.
And so watched most of that. I think I'm halfway through Covenant. And like that's like a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Super fun movies though.
I like both. I like both.
But
I know people don't. I think some of those are questionable to some diehards.
I like
per se,
Prometheus.
but I think I like both of them just fine.
There are like no aliens in Prometheus. I mean, there's like the xenomorphs that you know and love.
Right.
They're not in that movie, so I could see why people would be upset about that.
Yeah.
But
those two prequels are really like lore building.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, you got to build the universe, and I haven't seen. I think like Romulus will be coming up soon. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen Romulus. It's like the only Aliens movie I haven't seen, and I want to see it because I know it's in.
It's just this last summer, I think.
In between 1 and 2,
I believe so. Yeah, by star date.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that. I don't think it relates to anything that's going on, but I guess we'll find out.
But it's there
pretty soon.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. The aliens are great.
Good stuff.
I'm 3 Jasons in right now.
Excellent.
Out of 12?
Holy shit. Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm
12.
Good question. Well, because there's like Friday the 13th, part 1, part 2, and part 3.
Oh my god.
And then there's the final chapter.
Okay.
And then it's like a new beginning or something like that.
And
like the 5th one is like
a
new one, and I think it gets like really like then he becomes like crazy because at the end of 3, like he's like kind of like running around killing people. Like he's definitely not human. Like
sure
he can still get up from things that a human cannot get up from.
Right.
But he is like limping around, but he's like running. Like when you think of Jason, right, you think of like he just like walks slowly through the woods until he gets to you and you're dead. So I was like, oh, okay, he's a little bit more whatever. So I'm excited to get to
spry.
Like the out of the 80s, or I forget when the 5th the 5th one starts. I think that's in the 90s. I think there's like a big break from the final chapter to when they kind of reboot it.
Sure.
And I'm like, that's when like the Jason that I think me and you like think of, like giant dude, like just Hulk, like walks around and kills. So
yeah.
And then there's also at some point Freddy versus Jason, which is in my rotation.
Excellent.
I will not be watching the Freddy, like correctly, I should technically also be watching the Freddy movies then.
Sure.
But what do you
Which are great. I did that last year or the year before. Watched several of those. Brought me back.
Yeah. So currently finished number 3.
Morality sucks. It's Johnny Depp's line.
Oh my god, that's the first one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, currently I'm done with number 3. He had an axe to the head, but he has his like patented like a number 3 is where he gets his hockey mask.
Oh, that's all 3?
Well, number 1, it's not even Jason, it's his mom.
Oh, right.
And
right.
then he's in number 2. Well, sorry, I spoiled a 1986 movie. And then 2, he comes and he wears like a sack on his head, like a potato sack kind of thing.
Right.
And so, whatever.
Yeah. I could use some trashy 80s horror, I think, this month.
It's pretty great.
See what I can get to.
It's kind of why I went with that. I was like, yeah. I've also started the James McAvoy. He's the guy that is Professor X, right?
Yep.
His newish horror movie, Speak No Evil.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm about halfway through that right now.
I've not seen that.
It's disturbing currently.
Okay.
So,
great.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Well, so the show that I picked.
Well, before you tell us what show, Jimmy, you probably should explain to anybody what podcast we're listening to.
You can't just copy and paste that from one of Joe's.
We're gonna just like go to the last 2 episodes ago and just copy what Joe
cut
said.
it. Exactly. This is a TV pod where we watch the pilot of a series that maybe we haven't seen before, maybe we've seen a little, maybe we've seen a lot and we just have been putting it off. Then we watch nothing in between. We make some predictions about what we think is going to happen in the finale, and we skip straight to it, ruining all of the fans of the show and what they think of us. Yeah, it's a really good time. And, sometimes it makes us go back and actually watch those shows. And sometimes we say, who has the time?
Not me.
To watch all of Frasier.
Then me, yes.
Reboot season 2.
I have to finish Reboot season 1.
Oh, so good.
But I've seen like 3 or 4 of them, and I do like them.
It gets better. By the end of that first season, I was like, yeah, okay, we're back.
We're back, baby.
And season 2 started, and I have not even watched a single episode. It's shameful.
I mean, I guess it's great in my mind. I'm like, wow, they rebooted it season 1, and then they actually had it to.
They actually made it to 2. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. People love Frasier.
It's great. Frasier's great.
So, Josh, the show that I picked is called Castle Rock. It is a Hulu. And from what I remember, this may not be correct, but I remember it being like a Hulu show, like a straight to Hulu.
I think that's true because in my mind, it reminds me of when like The Man in the High Castle and Castle Rock were like,
yeah, for sure,
on Hulu.
Yep,
those two, and
they're pushing them hard too.
What was the weird Red Lady one?
Red Lady.
They were all in
the
red.
Lady?
You loved it. You watched all of it. It starred the lady from Mad Men.
Oh,
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale. I was like, is her like, is she an alien? Like what? Anyway, Castle Rock is starring Lizzie Kaplan, from what I understand, because she's on the thumbnail.
Yep.
But the cast list on IMDb starts with Bill Skarsgård.
Your mom's chest hair. Sorry.
Yes, exactly.
I had to do it.
But it has like a lot of people in it, apparently.
Oh, like, Melanie Linsky. I think that's how you say her name. She's in this. Okay, I like her.
Yeah, is she in what was the TV show? Wasn't she in a TV show?
Yes.
Oh, she's in Yellow Jackets. The Last of Us.
She's in Yellow Jackets. She's in The Last of Us.
Right. We've talked about. We watched something with her recently, like this year anyway. I can't remember what it was. Jane Levy. I feel like not that long ago we watched Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Didn't we? Anyway, Sissy Spacek. Tim Robbins. Oh, Scott Glenn. That's just great.
Yeah, it's a good cast. This is a good cast. When did the show run then?
2019, 2020, or 2018, 2019. Just 2 seasons.
Okay.
And it is a psychological horror series set in the Stephen King multiverse, which is why I thought maybe you had watched some of it, but no.
That's fair, but I honestly don't think I have.
Weaving an epic saga of darkness and light played out on a few square miles of Maine woodland.
Well, of course it's in Maine. It's Stephen King.
Psychological horror.
Stephen King had the most like to TV / movie to screen like
Sure.
adaptations of like anything.
Probably.
I was reading the other day a movie that I want to watch. I think just randomly is The Mist, Stephen King's The Mist.
Yeah.
Which I believe is different because there's another one called The Mist, but I think it's Mist with a Y. Then that might be starring
like the PlayStation game?
Maybe.
Like on the island where it was super infuriating to try to figure out all the puzzles.
My grandma played the shit out of that game.
That's fantastic.
Like she had a
love that.
She had a notebook that was.
Oh, you had to.
She had a notebook and it was full of things and it was like loose leaf stuff, like a bunch of like random things were just shoved in there. It was like her whole thing was like a full notebook of like, this is just my Miss notebook. Man, and like I remember because they live in like Illinois and I went and visited them one time. And this is like, Miss came out in the 90s and I'm like 15 and I went over there for like a week and we were just visiting. And she was like, she knew I would like appreciate it. And she was like, can I show you this really quick? And like brought me upstairs to like her computer room. Cause she just had like a room, like her office.
Oh, she's playing it on the desktop.
Oh yeah. No, she just played computer games.
Hell yeah.
Like, and I was like, yeah. And she was like, can I show you that I can beat Mist in like 3 minutes? Because she like had beat it, and so she
so
like
once you know,
she knew like the like you start and you just walk to the end and you type in the code and you like beat the game.
Yeah,
she's like kicked it. She's like, this took me like 150 hours, kind of thing. And I was like, that's awesome.
God, they should re-release that and make a platinum for PlayStation.
I'd totally platinum this. I've been wanting to talking about that. I've been wanting to play Mist, the game. Like I wanted to play that recently.
I just remember in like middle school hearing that someone had made like a fan made a game where they just copied the map but you had like rocket launchers and shit and it was called Pissed. and just for being so mad at trying to figure out Mist, you just blow up the island. Anyway, Castle Rock, starring Mean Girls fame phenom Lizzie Kaplan.
Man,
I think
so. Some sort of horror. I've never read. I'm wondering if it's set in the Stephen King multiverse. So that
I don't know what that means exactly.
That interests me. So I've read a lot of Stephen King books, which is probably why you thought like maybe I've seen this show.
I'm literally behind your skull right now is a bookshelf with Stephen King directly above your head in my eye line.
Yeah. Read a lot. The Gunslinger. So the multiverse, like one of the bigger things is he has the Dark Tower series, which is I think 7 books.
Okay.
Can you count above my head how many
are they in Maine?
Well, some of them are definitely in Maine. But they travel all around. But he in like all like when he wrote that, when he eventually finished it, they go to his various worlds. Like they go to like Salem's Lot and like deal with the vampire in there. And I think they do like maybe a Pet Cemetery, a bunch of other stuff. Fucking 9/11. Like,
dang.
He hides something in the 2 towers like a year before 9/11 and they like forget about it. So it's like gone. It's like crazy shit. And it's so like and so funny enough, so now I'm like, oh, are we gonna see the clown from the It, like the beast from It,
Pennywise?
Yeah, like all this stuff. So I'm curious on whether or not Castle Rock, it not obviously it's not the gunslinger, the Dark Tower, doing this stuff, but like he's got also like recurring characters in a lot of his books. Like the Man in Black is a antagonist in the Gunslinger, but like he has another book called like Eyes of the Dragon, which is almost like it takes place in medieval times where this guy kind of pulls strings throughout the thing, and that turns out to be like he is like the Man in Black from the Gunslinger, and he's also like some other couple characters from these other things. And so I'm curious to see, having I guess maybe some knowledge of that kind of stuff, what this ropes in, because I do know a good amount of Stephen King stuff.
Yeah. And 2 seasons is not a lot of time to rope in that many books and stories.
No, I feel like they'll probably stay away from things like,
it's only 20 episodes.
Yeah, so it's like 10 each, probably.
I'm guessing.
I assume they'll stay away from things like It, potentially. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't, because it's like an iconic thing. But
true.
Anything with like
the viewers,
like a creepy house, maybe some vampires. What is it? Ender's Game? Oh, no.
Did Stephen King write Ender's
Game?
Yeah. All I know is that in the like thumbnail, Lizzie Kaplan is wielding some kind of crazy axe,
which
I don't know. Yeah, which is great. I don't know what that has to do with Stephen King. Someone
sometimes you gotta kill something with an axe.
Famously got an axe and an axe kill.
Yeah. No, not that I know of.
Yeah. So there might be some mix of new and old, which is fun.
Well, man. So here's the deal. Number one of these characters in this show, I don't know if we said or whatever, they're going to totally be someone's going to be a writer. That's a very Stephen King thing.
Stephen King trope.
He really does, like, there's a writer dealing with stuff. So I feel like someone's going to be a writer.
Could be Lizzie.
Could be Lizzie Kaplan. And then, weird shit. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I think maybe we should just do it.
I think so.
Let's see if I can figure out what this first episode is called.
Severance.
All right. Henry Deaver. That's a funny name. That's the name of the main character, I think.
Okay.
Henry Deaver.
Okay, so it's not Lizzie Kaplan.
Well,
she's just on all
her name's Henry.
All the promotional material.
Yeah. All right, so let's watch the first episode, Severance, from Castle Rock, a Stephen King tale.
Yeah.
It's probably not the tagline of the show, but we're going to watch that when we're back. And we're back. We're done with the first episode of Castle Rock. It was called Severance. Do you have a write-up, Jimmy?
Starring Adam Scott.
Oh, I want to see that show. Season 2, so bad.
In 1991, Castle Rock, Maine, Sheriff Alan Pangborn finds missing child Henry Deaver standing on the town's frozen lake. In 2018... 27 years later, Dale Lacey, on his last day as warden of Shawshank State Penitentiary, commits suicide. His successor, Teresa Porter, plans to reopen a long-abandoned cell block so that she can maintain the growing inmate population. While counting the beds, a guard comes across a mysterious, unaccounted-for inmate locked in an underground cage. The Kid, as they apparently call him, upon being released, whispers Henry Deaver's full name. Teresa Porter refuses to involve Henry, who is now a death row lawyer, but the guard anonymously calls him. After returning to Castle Rock and reconnecting with Alan Pangborn and his dementia-affected mother, Ruth, played by Sissy Spacek, Carrie herself, Henry attempts to learn more about the kid, only for Porter to stonewall him. Zalewski, meanwhile, who's the guard, sees on the prison surveillance monitors that the kid has escaped and slaughtered several guards. In a flashback, it is revealed that Henry's father went missing around the same time he did and was found dead, and we hear that the town blames him for that. In a second flashback, Lacey tells the kid to ask for Henry when the time comes. So Dale Lacey, who committed suicide. So he apparently knew that the kid was down there in the old cell block and knew something was up and caused him to kill himself. So,
I mean, I feel like he was like keeping him down there or something. It seemed like
he certainly seems like he could have let him out. Although the way he murdered a ton of people from a locked cell, maybe there was a reason he was down there.
Yeah,
because he a murderer.
He a murderer. I liked this episode. It was a lot going on. Not like a whole ton of characters, but enough characters with no names, essentially. Like Skarsgård as the kid, which like I don't even know if they maybe they refer to him as like the kid or the guy or something like that.
Pennywise.
Yeah, Pennywise himself. And then there's also Dale Lacey, who we probably knew his name, but I just kept saying, "Oh, it's John Locke from Lost."
Yeah, I for sure know it because of IMDb. I didn't like hear it, but there was a thing with him and his wife. So maybe they said each other's names.
We did see his name was like, well, no, we saw the guy who saved Henry Deaver's name was Pangborn. So yeah, we didn't know.
Right.
That was the wrong one.
Who old Pang Porn was Scott Glenn, who was a Stick in Daredevil. He's also he's in a lot of stuff over many millennia.
Sure, but it does amaze me that you somehow always find a show that has one of like a DC or Marvel TV show person in it. It's impressive. It's a skill.
The MCU is big enough now where pretty much it's not exactly like a 6 degrees of separation. It's pretty much like,
it's pretty easy at
and
this
that's
point.
the Netflix version, which I mean technically they've made canon now, I think, with the Daredevil being in stuff.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, they should because
that
guy is a great Daredevil.
And Kingpin. He's also in Silence of the Lambs. But he's like a
who was
Scott Glenn. But he's like a detective guy.
I thought you meant the guy who played Daredevil. And I was like, he's not old enough.
No, well, no, a child.
And then I enjoyed it. It was intriguing. Obviously, a lot of questions like who's this kid? What the hell? Like Henry Deaver was, as a child, missing for 11 days before they found him. Mm-hmm. So it's very like who took him, what took him, what happened while he was gone. The one thing that Pangborn, what a terrible last name, asked him was like, it was -11 the whole time you were gone.
Yeah.
Kind of
no
thing.
No frostbite.
And you're fine. So like, where were you? So there's a whole, inside? And none of that was.
And he says he doesn't remember.
Yeah. Well,
he doesn't remember.
Kid him said he didn't remember.
Yeah.
Right away. So we don't know, but so that's going to be a fun thing that we'll probably still won't find out. It
feels like a season 1 thing to me.
Potentially.
Wrap up.
Well, especially because it seems like the cast changes a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's gonna be sort of.
Are we doing an anthology?
I mean, I didn't see the word anthology. You try not to look too hard.
Should we find out? Because a lot of my things are for the end of whatever the story we're watching.
Sure.
See if we can find that out before we go, so we can
just Google is Castle Rock an anthology.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's a ton of cast differences in the second season, but yeah, I don't know.
But so yeah, I'll be curious to see kind of what that is because There's we know Tim Robbins is in the second season,
Yep.
who was in Shawshank Redemption, and the prison that they're in this episode, or presumably the season at least, is Shawshank.
Yep.
But Tim Robbins, I did see like his character's name in the show is not Andy Dufresne.
Right.
So
That's a good point.
So he plays a different person potentially. And then Skarsgård is in this, who he was It in the recent two It movies. But I'm assuming...
Nice. Have you seen those, by the way?
I've seen the first one, I think. I don't know if I've seen both of them.
They're fine.
They're fine.
The second one is weird. It's definitely gets away from like the originals.
Yeah.
But so I just for fun looked at the first episode of season 2. I don't see a single same character. But it is a Stephen King multiverse, so maybe that doesn't matter a ton.
That's true. Maybe we'll go forward right now and think that we're going to watch the correct one. So we'll leave it ambiguous, at least potentially, when we switch off and see which episode we should watch, the end of season 2 or the end of season 1. But we can do a little bit more research once we're done talking about this.
I may need to totally redo my predictions.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If it's anthology.
Yeah, if it's anthology, we all got zeros. So I was trying to think. I didn't catch, besides like, I guess Skarsgård being in an It movie. He's related to Stephen King in that way, but that doesn't really count. Shawshank
Doesn't seem to.
Yeah, Shawshank's obviously a Stephen King universe thing,
right?
For sure. Like Maine, I guess, potentially.
Yeah,
everything happens in Maine.
Yeah.
But I didn't catch.
And Sissy Spacek being Carrie is obviously a big deal. That's like the most famous, probably Stephen King movie.
Yeah. But she wasn't Carrie in this.
No, obviously not. No, she was Henry's mom.
So it's interesting that they're potentially doing. The problem with Stephen King is I could see all of this being like almost tongue in cheek, like Tim Robbins, Skarsgård, Sissy Spacek, all these people that were playing other characters are also now in this show. But then in the Stephen King twist, they all are those people technically in like some weird multiverse thing that he also has made. So it's kind of like I could see this somehow also being connected to all those things.
Yeah,
in a way.
It seems like, especially if you get JJ Abrams in there, it seems like it's gotta be true somehow.
I didn't, but I should just say one of my unofficial predictions is time travel if we're gonna get a JJ Abrams.
For sure. I had that.
Okay. Well, I have an unofficial one, so I'm going for a Spear Point.
I mean, yeah, if it's anthology, I need to 100% redo my predictions, because I basically just made mine based on my limited knowledge of Stephen King movies. because I don't understand what else to do. I mean, there was so many little like red herrings or maybe they're actual things that we don't, that like, are they pointing to something like John Locke killing himself, and like little Henry, he's got a little white man in his hand.
Oh, when he's
found on the lake. What is this little statuette thing he's holding?
Yeah.
And then we didn't even talk about Linsky. Molly Linsky, is that her name?
Oh yeah. The actor name.
Yeah, she's in this for about 4 seconds in 2 different scenes. One where she's like buying a little baggie of drugs off of some kid, and then tells him she's not a MILF because she doesn't have kids. And then at the very end, where she's looking at a super old like newspaper cutting of the Henry going missing or being found or something, and then holding up like a little kid's hoodie as if like it was his from back then. So like, what is she?
Dude, in a Stephen King world too, she could literally, because she's like kind of old enough to like maybe have been around like
She'd be the exact same age as Henry. Yeah.
During that time.
Mhm.
Or
She knows
honestly,
something.
she's probably like fucking an obsessed fan and somehow like has, or it's like
Interesting.
her mom, she's like, her mom found the hoodie and took it, like it
Literally could
hoodie.
be anything.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
Or vampires,
because she was not even in a scene with any of the other characters.
No.
She could be in a separate multiverse, as far as we know.
She lived in the house from Salem's Lot and fought vampires and survived.
Trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was good. It was very intriguing. It makes me want to jump into episode 2 and makes me very skeptical of what we're gonna know at the end of this. even if it's anthology and we jump to the last, I feel like we're gonna have missed so much.
Yeah, it's so funny because I feel like we saw a lot, but really all of this can be boiled down to the fact that Henry Deaver was a kid who was missing for a little bit, and then some other rando appeared in a prison and asked for him because he's now like, and now we're just trying to figure out how this prison person and him are connected, and then also what happened to him when he was a kid. Well, I guess, and then there was, so Skarsgård, the kid, there was a prison guard who was like watching the cameras, and it saw like Skarsgård. It's just like quick screenshots of like him standing there, and all of a sudden there was a bunch of dead people laying in the all around the thing.
That's true. We didn't see the kid murdering those people.
We didn't see him do it. We just saw him standing around. And also, it's like, was that even real? Because this is the type of show that it's like, maybe that wasn't even real. And the beginning of episode 2 is going to be really disappointing.
True.
Oh, man. God damn it. I just watched a YouTube video. Over the course of like, I don't know, the last week, I watched an 8-hour YouTube video about the final episode of Lost. Literally, I finished it like today before, like this afternoon.
Nice.
And so I've been staring at John Locke or Dale Lacey for this show. So I'm just like, what secrets did he find on the island? What's going on? Why was this called Severance? Why was this episode called Severance? Is it because Dale Lacey quit his job in a really bad way?
Severed his own head with a noose. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. He was in his car and he got ready for work and kissed his wife goodbye, and then drove to a cliff and tied a rope to a tree and with a noose at the end around his neck, and then sped off the cliff, which presumably just ripped his head from his body, is what I'm assuming.
Dude, he
severed the head.
There was like one scene before that in the show. Like there was an opening scene, and then that scene
of the kid being found. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they should have opened with that.
That's pretty great.
Car decapitation thing. That was wild because that was gruesome.
It was messed up. And also like he's like about to go, and then a random dog just appears in the woods, and he like smiles at it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, maybe he's gonna be interested in this dog. Nope. Hits the gas pedal as hard as he can.
Watch this, dog. Drives his Lincoln off a cliff.
Seriously.
You got predictions?
Well, here's the thing. GameRant.com
Okay.
says each season is a new cast of characters with self-contained stories. Google AI, if it can be believed.
It generally cannot be trusted. But
cannot be trusted, but it says yes, Castle Rock is an anthology series.
Well, that means we treat it like every other anthology series, and we just watch the end of season 1.
Yeah.
Because that's what we've done for American Horror Story, for Slasher, for Channel Zero, which we just watched 2 weeks ago. You weren't here for this, but...
Oh, right. Right. The Candle Cove was one thing.
Yep.
So
with that being said, then my predictions are fine.
If
If we just do season 1 finale and keep it within the series.
Because that's how you were thinking about it.
Well, wait, so how did you do your predictions? I did my predictions. I was trying to figure out what the ending of the story that we just began was.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
You did you thought it was going to be an anthology?
No, I didn't think it was going to be anthology. I just assumed that I wasn't going to have any clue what was going on by the end of this series. And so I literally just based it around random.
Oh, so you just kind of guess that kind of stuff.
Random stuff that we saw, even in this, like the Shawshank prison being a thing.
Okay. Well, I think technically watching season 1, the season 1 finale would be fine for both of us then, wouldn't it? And stick within our normal rules and also be fine? Do you want me to do mine and then you can...
You do yours. Because I might at least mention a character from this series.
I said 2, but I'll be honest, I think I could have only said 1 based on what I'm going to say. So here are my predictions. Number 1, I think the Man in Black is in this episode. He's a reoccurring character in Stephen King things. He goes by many, many different names. Ones that I remember are Randall Flagg or Walter O'Dim, also referred to as the Man in Black. He has literally 15 names, but I'm not going to look those up. I know ones. Basically, I think we know.
None of them were people that we've seen so far in that first episode.
Not that I know.
That you know of. Okay. Okay.
I did not recognize a Man in Black in this at all. He's generally kind of like a baddie, kind of poem strings in the background. And I don't feel like we got any of that, Didn't feel like it. So that's him. So number 2, I think Henry Deaver will defeat his past self / young him. So what I mean by this is I kind of feel like he's got to kind of overcome basically maybe what trauma or whatever happened to him before, and he will defeat himself. He will defeat I don't know, maybe in a Stephen King fashion, it's a demon, but it is taking the form of him, or it's it's a
representing.
Thing. He's really battling himself or something representing itself as him, as maybe a younger him.
Okay.
When he was
young. So he saw at the end there of this first episode, he was standing at the lake. At a like a
memorial for
memorial
Dale, for John Locke.
Was that who it was for?
Yeah, it was for Dale Lacey.
Oh, okay. So now I get it. So
because that's where he drove off the cliff.
Pangborn was saying, he was reading the newspaper and saying this thing happened, and then he's like, you know where you did it? The lake where I found you at Castle Point or Castle Lake or
Castle
whatever.
Rock.
Castle. Well, they're in Castle Rock.
Is that the name of the town?
They're in Castle Rock, Maine.
Okay.
But it was Castle something else close to that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so that was my number 2.
Oh, but yeah, so I was saying, sorry, that while Henry was standing there looking out at the lake, from behind, we get a shot of him looking out, and then there was young him.
Yeah.
And he turns around and it's not there, but yeah.
It's young him.
Interesting.
Young him's haunting him in some ephemeral, corporeal way. Who knows? Number 3. I don't think this is true, but Skarsgård is actually it.
Ooh, is Pennywise?
Yeah, I don't think that he. Well, I'm gonna say it because I don't think he's because it is more than Pennywise.
Oh.
If you ever read the Dark Tower series, you'll find out that it's kind of like some creature that like it would travel to. It like fed off like the children that it stole or whatever, but it like wasn't like it didn't like look like the clown all the time. It wasn't like Pennywise the clown. It was like something that could like change
some
form.
other monster.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of went that way with the sequel of the reimagined of the.
I think the sequel is called Pennywise, isn't it? Because there's it and then Pennywise. Those are the two Skarsgård ones.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's just like a something : Pennywise or something like that.
Yeah, something.
But yeah, he's like clearly like he like just Pied Pipering the children to eat them or whatever, suck their souls out. And that part gets real weird in the movies. Okay.
So that. And then number 4, I think there's maybe some vampire action a la Salem's Lot.
Love it. Honestly, you talked about a vampire earlier.
Yeah.
And when we saw the kid the first time and then they freak out and he was like super pale, I was like, oh fuck, that's a vampire, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah. Well, Salem's Lot is obviously it takes place in some town in Maine.
Sure.
I don't know where. It could. I mean, I could look it up. I wouldn't even be surprised. It was like it took place in Castle Rock, whatever. So, and that's definitely there's a lot of vampires.
Okay.
So
love it.
I'm just gonna say we see some vampires. So those are my 4.
Okay. Very disappointed that I had to change essentially all of mine. Because I had stuff like A Gentle Giant, like a la The Green Mile.
I don't know.
Michael Clark Duncan.
There fucking might be a Gentle Giant, man.
I mean, we are at Shawshank Prison.
Forgot about Green Mile.
Although that's not the prison that takes place at, but and also I did have a thing about Lizzie Kaplan that I had to change because obviously she's not gonna be in this. So my number 1 is I have Alan Did It.
Okay.
I think Alan Pangborn is maybe not the hero we think he is.
So you think he like did that child Henry stealing?
He did something,
but then he like found him again.
He did something.
Okay. I like that. I like it. I'll keep it vague.
And then I think we see Man in Black.
Oh,
because
nice.
if we don't, I just don't know what we're doing.
Yeah,
if we don't get Man in Black, I'll be real sad if we don't. And then number 3, Henry Did It. I think Henry.
Okay.
Well, know when we see it, he's murdered someone. I just don't believe these people are as innocent.
Oh, yeah.
As we're led to believe in this first episode.
Before
too many heroes.
Before you say your 4th one, I really, really, really hope that in some time during this episode now they're like, Doug did it. It was fucking Doug. Only Doug. Doug is the only one that did it.
It was all.
They very specifically like say like this guy did it. Nobody else.
And then my last one is the kid.
Yeah.
Didn't do it. I think he's more innocent than we're led to believe.
It'd be interesting to think that someone's like a crazy like multiple murderer that can phase through doors and then find out that they didn't do it.
That's not that's not like
it.
You said, maybe that wasn't even real.
Yeah, maybe Doug did it.
Maybe that guard was on drugs from Molly.
He was out on PCP.
Maybe the drugs that Molly Linsky bought. Who I looked up her and her name is Molly in the show, which is also confusing. Maybe she drugged the guard's coffee. Because wasn't he looking at his coffee?
Maybe
she is in it.
fully responsible for the fentanyl epidemic
crisis. Maybe she's a writer and this is all just a figment of her imagination.
Possibly.
1 spirit point if that's true.
Okay, well you got to remember that. All right. So the finale of season 1, episode 10, is called Romans.
Okay.
That doesn't lead me to know anything. So let's watch that, and we'll be back. And we're back. We're done with the final episode of season 1 of the Castle Rock anthology series. It was called Romans. Jimmy, do you have a write-up?
I do. It's not going to make any sense.
Sure didn't. I mean, I saw it and it didn't make sense, so might as well read it to me. Have it not make sense.
Molly.
I'm following.
Melanie
I'm
Lewinsky
currently following.
Explains to Henry what she has learned from the kid regarding their intersecting lives and realities. Henry and the kid are arrested as suspects in the flurry of deaths. So we jumped a little bit there. Henry and the kid are arrested. In jail, the kid tells Henry that bad follows him because he is an anomaly to this reality, and that they must go together to Castle Lake before the sounds, signifying their realities are touching, disappear. More strange deaths occur, leading to some Shawshank inmates slaughtering civilians and officers at the Castle Rock jail. Henry and the kid escape in the confusion, with the kid forcing Henry at gunpoint to Castle Lake. Henry starts to remember his experience with his father in 91, including the fact that he pushed Preacher Deaver, wow, that's terrible, off a cliff for planning to kill his mother, Ruth. Henry overpowers the kid, and in a flash, Henry sees the kid's face aged and deformed. 1 year later, Henry is living in Castle Rock as a property lawyer. Molly is a successful real estate agent in the Florida Keys, and the kid is imprisoned in the now abandoned Shawshank. In a mid-credits scene, Jackie talks to Dean Merrill about the book she is writing and her plans to travel west to research her family history. Imagining setting up the Lizzie Kaplan season.
Interesting. Did you know what was going on at all?
So it seems like somehow the kid ended up in this other reality, and I did read back one episode to where it says the kid reveals to Molly that he is Henry Deaver, the biological son of Ruth and Pastor Matthew from an alternate reality. I
have a fun thing that I was reading research when I was trying to prove to myself that the kid was it.
Yeah.
And it makes sense in a way, but it is by no means conclusive. So, it's now we're just going down to fun thing. So so from what I gathered from the regular episode that we saw, the one that we saw was that potentially that the kid played by Skarsgård and, Henry Deaver, the real one, or whatever, the one that
this
our Henry Deaver.
Yeah.
That they're from alternate worlds or dimensions or whatever, and so somehow like the kid came over, and then there's this noise that they're hearing.
Oh right.
They kept talking about the noise, and so there's one thing that potentially the noise could be because there's this thing called the thinny in Stephen King like lore, and it's like a weak spot in reality where like fabrics of worlds kind of are like weak.
Yeah.
So like
that
you can
totally tracks.
You can like travel in between. So that would make sense if it was maybe something like that and people like that are deep Stephen King. Cause like, I don't even think the thinny was really, I never read a thing with it. It says it appeared in appearances in The Mist, Wizard and Glass, which man, I think I read that one, but I don't remember that.
You haven't read The Mist though?
I've never read. I saw
seen
the
it.
movie, but I don't think it really it doesn't really go to that.
There's no.
I know
dimensional-
the ending of The Mist the movie. According to what I read, I was reading about The Mist the movie the other day, and this
Nice.
I don't remember what the ending to the movie is, nor do I know what the ending to the book is.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard like the book ending's like pretty like happy, like a kind of a happy ending.
Okay.
And I guess the ending to the movie is like super fucked up, and like
Okay.
people are, and like a lot of people are like, even Stephen King is like, that is a way better ending, that kind of thing.
It's funny.
And then, so the Talisman, Wizard and Glass, The Mist, and Haven, and then Crouch End, which is a story, maybe a
Mhm.
short story, potentially also. It says episode also, so maybe an episode of TV. So this might be, so the noise might be a thinny. So the theory that I was reading was that the creature it is the actual creature it from the book It, TV show
Mhm.
It, whatever. That one is the gunslinger from the Dark Tower series, like actually interacts with that one in those books, the same one from the story. But you find out in that it's not like unique. It's not like one thing. There's other it's.
Oh, sure.
Like they're like it's a race. Like I don't know how many there are, not that many, but they like kind of like live in the in between of worlds.
Okay.
But they feed on
The thinnies.
they feed on like emotion. It's like emotion / like flesh kind of thing. It's kind of like they kind of like suck
Sure.
out the emotion and like emaciate the people kind of thing. So the it in the movies that we know,
Uh-huh.
I think it like feeds on fear.
Yeah.
Like
right.
that's its thing.
Right.
And so then there's a theory that I was reading that this Skarsgård version, the kid, like he potentially could be another it, like of that race of creatures, evil creatures that like feed on emotion kind of thing.
Hmm.
And that he came in through the thinny to this world, and that's why like, you know, destruction follows him kind of thing. That's potentially what it like feeds on or something like that.
It feeds on destruction.
Or like, I don't know, like, you know, it could do whatever.
Hmm.
It's causing havoc, obviously. But then people are like, well, he told his backstory though in the episode before, like you just said, like he said he's from the other thing, and they're like, apparently it's like maybe I think it's the only episode that like that episode's story is like led by the kid instead of like how it normally is told, and therefore he potentially is
Could
an
be different.
unreliable narrator.
Well, because I also read that at some point Molly tells Henry that she killed her dad. Sorry, that she killed Henry's dad.
Oh, really?
But like,
But we saw Henry
like,
kill his dad.
in this, then it's like, but also there's like, yeah, in episode 6, Molly admits to murdering his father. Henry goes into the same woods that his father brought. Oh no, that's see, that's the thing. That's like, there's stuff where it's like it goes back and forth in time in this reality, but then
Mhm.
there's also is stuff in the other reality. And I don't understand how it's all different, but supposedly the kid is Henry.
Yeah, I think if you watched this entire season, I think you may still not know what's going on.
Yeah.
I almost plan on watching the 8 other episodes that we haven't seen, and still assuming that I won't have a clue what's going on for real.
Yeah. But at
and
least
so-
they'll have like better
a little bit of a better
better
understanding for
guesstimates.
sure. But being Stephen King, I feel like it's probably ambiguous at best, probably
Sure.
at least a little bit. And this First and Last was a good way of This was one of those first and last where it's not a good first and last, but it is a good, like a really good dip into like what the show feels like and probably will do. You know, where like you're like, if you liked the tone and what was kind of going on and you can handle or stomach some of the things that you saw, then it's probably like, oh, this is probably a fun show. And so for me, I think this was a good show.
Yeah.
To potentially dive back into for that, even though, because when we're talking about what happened, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also don't necessarily think even watching 8 more episodes is going to tell me that I know what's happening. Because from what I'm reading, what I read even just a little bit online while the show was on, just to try to see what people thought was happening, doesn't seem like there's much consensus really even there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it seems like there's some stuff ambiguous on purpose. And yeah, and it sounds like it is like a whole new cast and stuff, but like some things apparently do carry over.
Oh, interesting.
Which is funny because that's different than like American Horror Story, where you have actors that carry over, but not necessarily characters even.
Yeah, like actors will carry over, but nothing's related. It's completely different story, world, if you want to go pretend like that, you know. No one's related at all.
Yeah. In this case, it sounds like there's some...
So it's potentially in the same, I guess we wouldn't know,
same universe.
But it could be in the same universe. In a way, like they're like, oh, did you hear down in Castle Rock?
Yeah, could be.
This happened. Well, I mean, especially if Castle Rock's the name of the town, right?
Yeah.
So does that mean this is just like happens? The next season potentially happens in Castle Rock at a different time.
I don't even know that it's Castle Rock. I mean, I would assume just based on that like mid-credit scene that it's out west, because that's where she's going. No.
A nurse gets waylaid in Castle Rock. Yeah, that's literally the first episode.
Just in Castle Rock with a whole new.
I'm wondering what year this is supposed to take place in then.
Oh yeah,
because we know season 1 took place in 2018.
Right. I don't know. I was ready though. I had prediction thoughts of like, you know, is there a... Does she say, here's Lizzie with her axe or whatever her character is?
I'm reading, saw some.
Is Corey Feldman involved? Some Stand By Me action.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know.
Oh.
That I was going to predict. Man. That's the kind of things I was actually predicting before I realized middle of our recap that it was an anthology. Anthology-ish, I guess.
Anthology light.
Definitely different stories. So
I'm interested. Yeah, it's interesting things are in this thing that we this season, at least I caught on, you know, the sound for one. Curious to know. It seems like only certain people can even hear it.
Right. Oh yeah.
Which is interesting because there are places in the world, the United States also, where there people claim that there's like a sound that some people can hear. And like most people there can't. I think there's one in like, I want to say like, was it like Taos, New Mexico? I think somewhere around there. There's like
Area 51.
There's like a tone that like some people can hear.
Interesting.
Like that's a real thing.
Like some magnetic field stuff.
Yeah, there's a whole lot. You can like, I think you can, if you like YouTube, like the tone, like
the tone,
you'll like, you can watch a bunch of stuff on it, and then people can like say, they talk about it. It's interesting.
Sounds like a really terrible early 2000s new metal band.
The Tone.
The Tone.
The Tones. That's just what they called the Supertones when people were too lazy to say the Supertones.
Strike Back. Yeah, that's probably the cool kids called Supertones the Tones.
Well, the kids that thought they were the cool kids.
The real stands.
I like the interesting thing that we saw with like when Henry and the kid were in the jail, just to go back to just like one other fun thing that we saw that was completely unexplainable because they didn't really say anything.
Just bad stuff happens, man.
Yeah, that's basically the
bad
kid.
stuff happens around them.
Yeah, the bad stuff happens around the kid, and they were in the jail, locked up, and like the jail. The jail bus full of like inmates had to go to like the county jail because their bus hit like the warden.
Hit the new warden, Porter or whatever, because so that was also a thing is that she had the little piece, which it seems like there are pieces off the chessboard,
the figure.
Ruth's chessboard.
Yeah.
And apparently it seemed like to me like they were supposed to symbolize memories. So because at some point then later she picks up one and she remembers Prongborn, like young self and old self, because you got to get both actors in there.
Yep.
And then she like lays back down and dies. I don't know who's to say, but Porter has one and she's handing it to Molly, and she's trying to tell her she tells her that something about the kid is the devil, and then she hands Molly the piece, and then she turns around and is like she's forgotten stuff. She's just like now she like doesn't know what she's doing, and she just walks into the road and gets hit by and killed by a prison bus.
Yep.
Full of inmates that then go on to murder tons of people.
Stolen directly from Mean Girls. The lady gets hit by a bus. And then when they were in the jail, so that because there was I guess there was two scenes that were just wild back to back. That one scene with her just getting confused and walking in front of and just getting wailed by a bus, and then the kid like just kind of like staring off into like the group of inmates, and all of a sudden they like steal a guard's gun and kill everybody and escape, and then just wreak havoc across all of the precinct and like presumably out into the streets, and they just leave the kid and Henry alone, and they just like leave, and then they go to the Castle Lake.
Yep.
Where the show ends.
Pretty much, yeah. We get a 1 year later where everyone's moved on, and Henry's locked the kid back up, which is crazy to me, cause like, so the kid was saying that like there's like a door at the lake and like once the sound stops, then he'll be stuck in this reality where everything is bad is happening because he's stuck there.
This is a TV show just about a bunch of people that have tinnitus.
Mop. Yeah. So to me, it's like, okay, you've got the kid at the lake now. Like, can you just like follow the sound or whatever to like the door and just like push the kid through it so like bad shit stops happening in your world where inmates are massacring people?
Yeah, seems weird that I guess you don't, in real terms, you don't want to like, even if you have the gun on the kid, you don't want to be like, okay, now get up and like walk towards the sound so I can get you through a like space door or whatever.
Oh.
Seems like a bad idea, but also, but like in TV stuff, yeah, make the kid go through the door, right?
Yeah,
do some space shit, and
absolutely,
time travel or whatever.
Absolutely,
the Jabrams of it all wanted it so bad.
Oh, absolutely.
And they just like wouldn't give it to him.
And there was also a weird thing. So Henry's son can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
He follows it. He gets off a bus that he's on just because he hears it, and he follows it to the woods, and comes upon like a horrific like
a murder scene,
like a crash. Yeah, like a murder scene that we didn't see anything about. So it must have been on a previous episode. And then Rory Culkin is standing there looking real shady, Not sure what was going on there.
I love it whenever everyone in the world has to do this, right? When you like are watching something and all of a sudden a Culkin just appears. Someone in the room always is like, is that a Culkin?
Is that a Culkin?
Like they're just everywhere.
It's got to be a Culkin. Yep, it was. I think is he the youngest Culkin? He was in Signs, and was he the one in Chum Scrubber?
Ooh, oh man, deep cut.
I think he might have been the one in Allison Janney's kid in Chum Scrubber. Listeners, write to us if you know which Culkin was in Chum Scrubber. Not that anyone has seen that movie.
I own it on DVD.
Oh my god!
And also, it was Rory Culkin.
Heck yes! I should get a point. I forgot where I was even going. Oh, and then later Rory is in the police station where all the inmates escape from and murder everyone, and he is among the murdered. But he's like, with his last breath, is telling Henry not to go out there, where all the crazy inmates have escaped to.
Yeah, maybe don't go out there. Seems like a bad idea. I mean, I guess you don't really standing inside a police precinct where everyone else is dead. Seems like maybe a bad idea as well. But if all the people that are killing you go outside, maybe stay inside.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree though. This was maybe not your traditional pilot and finale, but a really good, I think probably a really good little chunk of what this show is, a good representation. So
yeah, good taste. All confusing as hell, obviously, but it left me with a good TV taste in my mouth at least.
Mm-hmm. And some little horror vibes for a spooky month.
Yeah, good spooky month. If you're looking for a TV show instead of a spooky movie, something like this might be good. Should we see how we did on points?
Sure.
Bet we did great. Hey, I'm pretty confident both me and you did about as good as each other. All right, my first one was Man in Black, Randall Flagg, Walter O'Dim, something like that.
I am bummed.
I feel like I caught nothing like that. I didn't feel like I caught no sign really even of anybody being like kind of tricky behind the scenes or anything.
Right. Yeah.
Or
no.
Really just no like creepy, ambiguous person.
Right.
So I'm going to say no for that. Number 2, I said Henry. Deaver defeats his past self / whatever representation. And I would say no to that either because I feel like it was maybe Henry versus the kid, if anything.
Yeah.
And he's trying to figure maybe some stuff out from his past, clear some stuff up, but it doesn't seem like his past is legitimately haunting him, like in a corporeal form or something.
Yeah, that's fair to say. And I think even that like scene where young Henry is pushing his like preacher dad off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know, like, is that this same reality?
Well,
even
we don't even know.
Is that the past?
Well, like you said, I mean, if Molly said she killed his dad, and then
in what
and
world?
then we saw that he killed his dad, it's like we don't even know what happened real. And maybe we're never supposed to know. Maybe this was actually a thing to like be like, do you guys even know you watched the whole thing? But
maybe
we definitely don't know if we're watching too. So, number 3, I said Skarsgård is it. No, I mean. That's it's at best a fan theory.
Inconclusive, yeah.
I mean, honestly, even inconclusive. You've seen it all as far as I'm seeing, but at best, it's a fan theory. So no.
Yeah.
And then finally, I said a vampire, a la Salem's Lot or something like that. But that is a no go too. So 0.
Unfortunately, no. I had Alan did it. And it seemed like Alan was actually maybe just like a good dude. He but he got shot by Ruth at some point, she said, while Ruth was standing on top of a bridge about to jump off for some reason. So not really sure what that was about. But he's dead.
Yeah.
I also had Man in Black. Didn't really get any sense that anyone was a character, like a previous character from a Stephen King.
No, just like characters from it. Interesting that
Except for Maine.
I think really Maine, Shawshank,
He's the character,
and maybe and
Places,
and potentially the Thinny. And I think even that's not even like concrete as far as like show notes, kind of thing.
Sure. No one used that term, but the idea seemed to be there.
The idea seemed concrete enough, at least.
I had Henry did it. He did push his dad off the cliff.
Well, at least in somebody's memory.
In some world, Henry did it.
Okay.
In some world, and then I had the kid didn't do it, and I don't really know. I still don't know. I can't say that he did, but I can't say that he didn't. He says that it's just because he's there that bad stuff happens. Everyone else literally like calls him the devil.
It seems like, at least in the prison scene when everyone was killing themselves around him, that, I mean,
right.
He didn't.
It's not his fault.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it in like the same way like Charles Manson didn't do it. It maybe seems,
But not maybe.
But
not
Charles
far.
Manson still went to jail. So
yeah. I'm gonna take my one and feel grateful.
How about recuse yourself from that last one.
I'm gonna take my one.
I'll give you the one.
Who's to say? Plus it's Skarsgård. He did something. Just look at him.
Yeah, man.
He's guilty.
That man plays a good creep.
He does.
All right. Well, I suppose that's it, huh?
Spooky.
That was episode 1 of season 15, but there is 2 more weeks of spooky month left.
Heck yes.
So we had one before the first and last season, and then we'll have these 3.
5 Wednesdays in a spooky month. It's just a gift to us all.
Yeah, it needed the spooky month giveth what we needeth.
And taketh away. Where
taketh our safety away, give us thy fear. Listeners, if you want to send us show suggestions, let us know what spooky shows we should do for the next 2 weeks. Hit us up at FNL Podcast on the Gmail, on the Twitter, on Instagram. I think that's about it. Those are the ones.
Subscribe.
Those are the ones we're gonna
follow.
We're gonna check. Do the things that Jimmy just said as well. We'll see you again next week. Maybe Joe will be here. Maybe he'll be dead. We'll find out. We'll never know. Well, we'll know next week. But all right. Thanks for listening. See you again later. Goodbye.